The Progressive Liberal Party is gearing up for campaign season with two constituency branches teaming up for a mini rally last night. Party leader, Prime Minister of the Right Honorable Perry Christie, was the keynote speaker for the event. And Cleopatra Murphy tells us he implored Bahamians to trust the P.L.P's team to lead the country once again.
Progressive Liberal Party members and supporters showcased their full support for the Member of Parliament and candidate for the Yamacraw constituency, Minister of Social Services and Community Development, the Honourable Melanie Griffin, and the party's candidate for Elizabeth, Senator the Honourable Alex Storr, as they officially launched their election campaigns at the Thelma Gibson Primary School Monday night. Progressive Liberal Party leader, Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie, charged energized supporters to once again place their faith in what he says is a strong P.L.P. team because the country cannot afford to turn back the clock.
Back in 2012 when we took office, and you know these things, the country was in a mess. Not just in our finances, not just in our infrastructure or our torn up roads. I'm talking about people. It's always about people, and too many children were left out, forgotten, falling behind.
The Prime Minister highlighted his party's accomplishments during his term in office, citing a $16 million investment in education, the establishment of BAMSI, the creation of nearly 32,000 jobs, the purchase of new vessels to strengthen the Defense Force's capabilities, and the addition of more than 300 officers to the police force. He vowed his government will go all the way to introduce national health insurance because so many lives depend on it. Despite government's progress, the Prime Minister says the work is not done.
By so many measures, our country is better, our country is stronger, and our country is now standing tall. I see all the people who still need help, though. I see all the places where change hasn't come fast enough. I know so many of us are still hurting. But I also know that many of the changes we put in place are starting to make a difference.
Minister Griffin added that many families are still struggling, but the answer is not to turn back to the Free National Movement that she characterized as weak and divided.
If you cannot lead and get your own house in order, how can you lead an entire country given the complexity of the challenges facing our country?
Senator Storr, who is hoping to keep Elizabeth in the P.L.P., confirmed that constituents will get the representation they need.
As my teams and I go door to door, we hear your concerns, and already we have begun working on solutions. Whether it's the dumping on Hannah Road, flooding on Guanakee Avenue, or flooding on Trinidad Avenue.
The Prime Minister assured supporters that in giving their support to the P.L.P., they will be hiring a team that is a part of the one organization that is stable despite what is taking place on the national political scene. He says that team is all in headed into the general election, vowing that there will be no surrender or retreat as they intend to go all the way. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.